Thank you very much. I appreciate you yielding. I join my colleagues in rising in opposition to H.R. 1644. What's most disappointing to me is that it seems like this is another example of the Democrat majority during this Congress being more interested in scoring political points than actually solving a problem. In order for this legislation to become law, it's going to require bipartisan support. And yet the Democrats have chosen today to move forward in a partisan way. The rhetoric around net neutrality has been driven to a fever pitch. Dire predictions on the end of the Internet led to the death threats against the chairman of the FCC and his family, as well as against some of our own colleagues. Democrats say they want to save the Internet. However, in the time since Title II, the regulations were repealed under the Trump administration, network speeds are up drastically. Investment and coverage in rural areas has increased. This debate isn't about the merits of an open Internet. I support an open, free Internet, and I always have. This is truly about how we shape the future of our economy. Do we want to regulate the Internet as a 1930s-style utility, where regulations stifle innovation and leave behind rural and poor Americans? Do we want an Internet economy that lifts people out of poverty and provides them with more economic opportunities? As we work to close the digital divide, we need to decrease the barriers to deployment, not increase them. Imposing unnecessary regulations on small companies providing rural broadband will only further this divide. We must protect people in a way that does not leave underserved areas of our country behind. Republicans for years have offered to work across the aisle. I've introduced legislation modeled after a bill that passed in Washington State, enjoying bipartisan support overwhelmingly. In fact, it was lauded by Senator Cantwell, and she said, "In our state, Republicans and Democrats came together. Why can't we see this same bipartisanship in the U.S. House?" And I ask my Democrat colleagues today that same question.